Hey there, fellow defenders of the Ark. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens. Episode 84. Tunnel coverage just in time. Before I start, I want to go over one significant development that this story has. After 8 years, the community stands together to bring about a new age of enlightenment through the development of a nuclear reactor-powered Ark. Voting sessions have halted in lieu of engineering progress. Similar to the way that Frostpunk works, where you have some sort of rift that you have to overcome, and division, I wanted to mimic that here as well. So now there will no longer be voting sessions. The current faction politics are not great, but as we make progress building the Ark, they will improve. Essentially, our moods are now tied to the progression of the nuclear Ark, and not the in-faction fighting that we had previously. So, it is the 8th of spring of year 8, and the question I have for you early birds: in order to build the uranium-powered Ark, we first need the Starship reactor research we are currently getting. We're pretty close to finishing, in fact. Now, here's the question. We know that we need Ark components to be able to build it, and there are 3 known sites. There's the industrial complex, there's the ancient Ark, and there's the Ark prototype. And the question I have for you guys is which of these 3 to go to? It's also worth mentioning, and this is a bit of a hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Anyone that has done a relic quest for RimWorld knows what this symbol is, roughly, because it looks very familiar to the symbol it's supposed to emulate. So I'm not sure you need more of a hint, but I'll allow you guys to vote where we're planning on going. So, where should we look for Ark components? There is the Southwest Industrial Complex. There is the East Ancient Ark. And then the Southeast Ark prototype. Given that it's almost spring, or summer rather, another thing I think would be wise to do is to start stockpiling up regular components, regular steel, and chem fuel, so that we can do pod-launched Ark excursions. I've been more or less hoarding clothing in order to try to have nice insulating clothing ready for us when we go out and about on these excursions. So, we can't, at the moment, weather the temperature of like negative 65 or 70 well. But eventually we'll be able to go out. The other thing that we could always do is to deep drill up some more wood and use fire as a heat source. Obviously, it's not going to be a power source. There's no such thing as power sources outside this Ark. But we can always send firewood to heat up a small area. Sandra, thank you for the resub. Okay. So, one of the other previous requirements to fulfill the voting history is setting up some mini turrets. So I am going to build some mini turrets in some of the mining tunnels. as that is a requirement to be fulfilled as a result of one of the last polls. I think I might actually go about not enclosing this so that a turret can cover it better. A little odd, I know, but I'm just going to go with that design. Yeah. And it seems to me like you guys want to go to the Ancient Ark. Okay. So cat out of the bag. This is a worshipful village-styled icon from Ideology. Meaning that this ancient structure has a device that holds secrets to my colony, but there are villagers there that are going to fight back. So, just to confirm, do you really want me to kill off a passive village? I thought my hint, hint, nudge, nudge, hey, this is a worshipful village would be enough, but if not, you can reaffirm that we are killing off passive villagers for Ark parts, if you wish. If you want to become the raiders that we have been defending against, that's cool. I just want to make sure that you know that that's what you're voting on. Because ultimately, that's what this is about. Oh, one of the army of scavenger prisoners just left. Sweet. So the plan here is, these turrets are really just for anti-sapper. So they can mostly just be turned off all the time with hidden conduits. But with that said, you know, we're still going to obviously have them and build them and all that. So even if they are, ornamental, they will function. I opted not to bother with full-fledged steel turrets, though. Or, plasteel turrets, sorry. Because I don't think the economy warrants plasteel. Oops, not that one. Plasteel turrets. Oh, a droner. Okay, looks like you don't want me to kill off a village. So, repeat question. Where to look for Ark components? West or east? I'll keep it simple. So west is the industrial complex, and east is the Ark prototype. Keep turning off the lights. That's not what I've been meaning to do. So, as a reminder, if you need a reminder, it was voted that I protect the mining tunnels for the pilgrims, because that's something that they requested. So, this whole project that I'm working on right now is to fulfill that campaign promise, that voted promise of protecting their mining tunnels. But I've come to interpret it as, like, major mining tunnels. Meaning that I'm not going to protect every last square foot of the mining area, just the major highways and byways. So I'll probably end up putting a turret in here as well. And so that the turrets don't stop pawns from walking around, I'm building areas around them so that there's more freedom of movement. So in terms of longitude and latitude, this is 32 degrees south, and oh, come on. This is 56 degrees south. So the eastern one is closer to the equator if it makes any difference, which perhaps it does. Having built all these mini turrets, I'm also going to need to ramp up steel production again, because we are, again, pretty low on steel. So let's go ahead and turn on the northern mining tunnels and get the last of the iron up here tapped. And then also stockpile a little bit on the coal as well. So it looks like we're planning a trip eastward to the Eastern Arc prototype. And one could imagine this is going to be a multi-hop for transport pods. I don't think we're going to get there in one run. It's pretty far. Can either be made in a single hop? Definitely not. So one hop max is about this. So if this is the radius, you can imagine that this is roughly the circle of one hop. Meaning I'll probably be able to get about here and then here. And we might even have to make multiple hops to get all the way there. It's rather far. Where are you guys going? Oh, you are hauling... Got it. Hauling stone. It is getting warmer. We are heading into the summer, so I guess that makes sense. We are up to 2 recon armors. And it might be worth hooking our brawlers up with armor first. So what I might do, because I don't think I have any recon armor in the works right now, is to stop with the recon armor, and then once Starship Reactor is researched, we can go back to marine armor and do marine helmets for Fishpick and Madzin, our only 2 brawlers. Because if anyone needs like a decent set of armor, it's our brawlers who you know, have to take a beating, and pretty regularly at that. So this mini turret will stop sappers up to this point. And in this case, I'm actually going to get rid of this wooden door so there isn't like a hole right here for sappers. There's no holes here for sappers. This is a sapper hole, but like not one that they can really exploit or take advantage of. So it seems like done a pretty good job keeping sappers at bay with this design. Right. I do think it's warm enough now that the pilgrims and stalwarts can go anywhere without any serious hypothermia risk. Oh, shoot. I forgot to turn this back into colonist. Rise it, why don't you have a toucan? I'm really curious as to why he's not wearing a toque. Let me take a look at the bill. Toques. 90 to 100% hit points. Which indicates that there are toques available. Oh, you know what? It's probably a matter of zoning. Yeah, it's definitely a matter of zoning. So, research behind walls definitely needs access to where the toques are. Otherwise, they can't wear them. Yep, that's 100% my fault. Yep. Take the blame for that one. That's on me. Here, I was thinking, why the hell does it not have headwear? Yeah, it's my fault. Go wear a toque, dude. Okay, now it's his fault, because he's allowed there, and he's still not wearing one. But because he stays inside, like, almost all the time, I'm not immediately worried about him getting hypothermic and dying or anything like that. He'll be fine. Wasn't there one pilgrim that lost a leg? Yeah, that would be R here, who's stuck behind the walls as a result, because he's not fast. He can't keep up. So, he's already being accommodated. We have a ridiculous amount of insect meat. The other thing I'm going to do is in the raw food, I'm going to include insect meat because we are now making fine meals out of insect meat because that's something that pilgrims enjoy. And it would be good if I didn't, you know, let all that insect meat rot. So I'm glad I noticed before that spoil timer ticked off because it was pending. So I think all of the major mining tunnel pathways are now properly accommodated with turrets, except for the southern one, which we're just waiting on the last of the steel for it. So we're in pretty good position in that front. Oh, I didn't mean to break that one. And this way, the turrets here have a line of sight. Trying to put... There's really no reason to put anti-sappers here. Because sappers aren't going to be attracted to this building anyway. There's no beds in it or anything. And then breachers wouldn't go around turrets anyway. So it's not going to be helpful to put turrets in here. Because it's not going to stop breachers, not going to stop sappers. So I'm going to leave it as is. Alright, with the change of the layout, let's also update the home zone. From bird's eye view, that looks about right. And I think as soon as this turret gets built, the campaign promise of installing turrets in the major mining tunnels will have been fulfilled. Does Behind the Wall include the Half Moon Farm? No. Oh yeah, it does, it does. Not for the research area. The researchers don't really need to be in here, but I can include it anyway. Because, like, maybe they're idle at some point and can haul or something. I don't know. So it includes the area now. Alright, so that's correct. And home zoned correctly. Alright, so we're just waiting on the smelter. We're essentially waiting on some iron to be made ready for steel. And one easy way to do that is to enable the iron mine tunnel. Another one. There's not a lot of portions of material under that one. Too deep infestation to the east. Alright, Fishpick's already there. And Zeusin is close. Madsen. Brysit. JD. Axios. AR's not going to get there in time. He has one leg. Cardinal is a sniper rifle, so he's not going to be all that useful. Winter and Wish. You guys are kind of far away, but you try to help as well. Send him back up. Hey, Proximity. And Cowley. Thank you for the sub and resub. And Radlock with the bits. Apparently I've not been paying attention. I apologize. I should be paying attention. That means I need more coffee. One tactic that I like to employ when possible is attack the hardest target rather than the closest target to make it easier for someone like Fishpick. He's not going to be able to hold the line much longer, though. He's getting picked away by the Spellopedes. And this is why wearing recon armor, none of his body parts, he's bleeding a lot, but none of his body parts look all that serious. But it's why recon armor would be so important. Alright, Fishpick, immediately report to the hospital, don't do anything else. And JD will meet you there to tend to your wounds. Everybody else, you are off the hook. All the more reason to maybe keep the brawlers in brawler attire all the time. For cases of, like, deep trail infestations and the like. It does put them at slightly greater risk for hypothermia, but, like, I think they're even at higher risk for being bled to death or just having their bodies destroyed as a result of combat. So, might be fine. I think, Fishpick, you aren't gonna really make it all the way to the bed. So, let's improvise. You're a bit slow. I'm gonna tend you with real meds. And then the rest of the tending could be in an actual hospital bed. Oh, and there, Madsen is wearing recon armor, and I'm going to put Fishpick and recon armor 2 for reporting to the hospital. More meat for the pilgrims? Yeah, it seems like that. Like that. Okay, we're starting to get the batches of iron that we need, and then after getting these turrets up, we'll start saving for transport pod materials. So between the high quality tending and the hospital bed visit, he should be right as rain pretty quick. So sharp 109 versus like sharp 12. Yeah. The recon armor is going to make a lot of difference. A lot of difference. Alright, for now I think that's probably enough plasteel, so I'm going to shut down the plasteel tunnel and focus on iron and coal for steel. There's still some spots left here. What I might end up wanting to do is, like, stop sowing the nutrifungal fields. We have so much fungus now that I simply put don't know what to do with it. I'm going to turn the biofuel refinery back on to try to grind through some of it, because I know that we are going to need a lot of chem fuel for the transport pod trip that we're taking. But even then, we have 2,700 fungus, and we're about to get a lot more because of the upcoming harvest, so it is a lot. Starship reactor is researched. So back to marine armor. And the upgrade for the uranium powered nuclear reactor is this. And let me read this tooltip for you. I know my head's slightly in the way. Install a large nuclear reactor in place of the old arc core, utilizing uranium to generate huge amounts of energy. The arc will no longer be able to operate without fuel and will shut down if ever it runs out of uranium. Maintenance and uranium supply will become essential to preventing devastating consequences. The actual cost for this is 100 plasteel, 50 uranium, 6 advanced components, and 6 arc components. we have one arc component. So in order to embrace uranium and become the children of Atom, because honestly, that's where I see this going, we're going to need more arc components from the arc sites. And you guys want me to go raid this arc site here. So that is the sort of, I wouldn't say long-term, but middle-term plan. Should we be doing more ground scanning for uranium? Yes. I would like to get marine armor first, but actually, I'll let you guys choose. So, what to prioritize? Marine armor research or ground scanning for uranium? So the uranium we have up here, let me just tell you how much we have. Uranium tunnels, this one. So in this spot, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 1700 uranium. It's not, it's a lot. With that said, it's still not a bad idea to get a closer site so that the commute time to get out to uranium isn't ridiculous. But it's not like this is going to get depleted very quickly. Well, one of the changes I made with my own mod, the sort of buried timber mod, is I set up that mod so that the deposits of these materials are much greater, more vast, and have more supplies, but it takes much longer to scan for them. Basically, longer scanning, more yield. Because I'm sure if you've ever used deep drills, you know that it is very unusual to have this much material in one deposit. And from a planning standpoint, what I wanted to do is to establish mining tunnels in the way that I did. Because if they were deposits that depleted quickly, mining tunnels wouldn't make sense. But I wanted mining tunnels because that's basically what Frostpunk 2 looks like, right? You build districts along your resource veins. So this was a change I made to default RimWorld deep deposits to mimic Frostpunk more closely. So if you're wondering about why I did that, it's so that it looks more Frostpunk-esque. And yeah, we're going to stick with marine armor research so that fish pick gear doesn't have to wear eye patches more frequently. But he is healing up real fast, given the health quality and all that. All right. This turret's still waiting. Winter is starting a batch. I think the problem is we're not bringing the materials down. I think what I need to do for refined steel is limit the ingredient radius so that the person smelting doesn't go running across the map for iron. That should help out a lot. Dennis, thank you for the resub, man. Cheers. Oh, Fishpick's going to bring the uranium to the Ark. Look how dutiful he is, even in his battered state. Unfortunately, his battered state meant that he couldn't pick up all of the uranium. All 56, only 52 of it. Bit of a waste of a run, but oh well. I was hesitant to add shelving to this area, but now I'm starting to think, like, oh my god, I might need it. Think we'll ever see an adaptation of Z levels truly added to the game? I mean, there kind of already are. Through Anomaly. But besides that, yeah, I'm not really sure. There are a few mods that allow for it. One of the issues that I've always had with the Z levels for a game like this is thinking about trying to play a game like Dwarf Fortress, it becomes really hard to visualize a 2D game in 3D space. And then also, a lot of the games that have those 3D spaces, it's like balancing hell. You can build things in Dwarf Fortress which like don't make sense and shouldn't be possible because of the extra Z-axis. So it's not that I don't want to ever see it go into having Z levels. It's that I'm not really sure it would benefit the game in the, you know, all that well. Not to be a downer, but I have a feeling like it wouldn't make the game any better. Just harder to play. At least that's my initial assessment. Yeah, I mean, one of the learning curves that I had trying to learn Dwarf Fortress was I could not tell initially what the hell was going on because of the Z levels. It was so confusing to me. And it was such a barrier to playing that I'm very happy that this is 2D and 1 Z level. And the way the underground pit works as like a separate instance is so much more elegant than just like adding levels and layers. I can see it done right, perhaps, but I don't know if RimWorld needs to go in that direction anyway. I mean, there is space. I guess there's up. Alright, we got another one of those ancient relic-y ruins. Don't care. So, I will say that the steel mini turret tunnels are done. Oh, there's one thing I need to do here. Well, no, that's not necessary. This is not a spot sappers can get to without getting shot from something else. Okay, so we've got, and I'll remove that, turrets in the tunnels, to craft armor and prep for excursion. We are 3 days away from the 1st of summer, and that would be the perfect start date for deployment. So I'm hoping to have the resources to be able to get out there by then. Building up our chem stocks. But on top of that, we really need our steel stocks better. Because each outpost, like let's say we just send one person, each outpost is going to need 50 steel and a component, plus 60 steel, so that's 110 steel plus components. And then of course they need the supplies to return home, which is 60 steel plus component per pod. And then if I am trying to have the components not get destroyed from the weather, I need like at least a shelf to put the outside sensitive materials on for these transport pod outposts, because leaving them on the ground, they might decay faster than I can use them or whatever. So I need extra material possibly for a shelf or something like that. Basically, it's a rather complicated ordeal to get all the way here because of how many hops it's going to take. But that's what we got to do. So Zeusin is replacing our advanced components that we need. Persona Core offer. I don't really need one of those, but thanks. Oh, Sappers. Well, this is a perfect opportunity to put my anti-sapper defenses to the test. Unfortunately for me, fish pick isn't like 100% yet. What weapons do they have? Mostly, so they have some longer range weapons. They have 2 biocontrolled assault rifles, but they're actually mostly close range. Alright, I'm gonna group everyone up. Wait, are you sapping? Hang on, what the hell are they doing? Okay, yeah, they weren't going the direction I thought they were going. For a second I thought they were going in this way, which made no sense at all, because it doesn't get them anywhere close to my base. So I wouldn't mind trying to take out their front runners. AR, because you don't move very fast, I'm going to leave you behind with fish pick. Take out the people in the lead, so that they can't get through the walls quickly. So I think what they're doing is they're trying to sap through here. So if I could take pot shots at their melees and then wear down the rest of the group, they're gonna come through this wall and enter this area, which is which they won't really have cover, and I can line up my people here. Alright, he's dead. Do I have to fall back? So there's a LMG. I might stand here for one more volley. Alright, let's take position now. And close this door behind us once we're in. AR's movement speed isn't really a factor now that we're defending on home turf. So because of this turret that I built, they're not likely to come through this wall, because this wall is protected from sappers, so they're going to come through here, entering essentially the kill box, which is honestly exactly where I want them to enter, so that works for me. Wishbringer, you're very confused about the color of your parka. And the Madsen will be by the door, ready to slam it close. AR, you should take the position closest to this door, so you can flee quickly. I put Axios in the middle, so he offers up his aura to as many people as possible. Not everyone's going to be inside of it, due to where we have the defenses deployed. And they're going exactly where I thought they would go, because that's just game mechanics. Alright, fish pick. I'm just making sure that you're not... Okay, you're going to work. That's fine. It's gonna go mine iron while everyone else is fighting. Pilgrim's Eye showed himself? Don't worry, he's died in the wool pilgrim. I mean, stalwart. Sorry, not sorry. Now, because they're sappers, I can also close this door. Actually, Fangface, you open this one. I still want them to have a valid path. But sappers, because they are designed to attack walls and the like, they're going to not seek a valid path like normal raiders. Although this one's trying to get through the aggressive way. Which is fine. Oh, wow. Shield belt going poof. JD just got shot in the arm. We did pull Trev in. I'll have Winter. Oh, Bryzit, that's not good. Dip to cover. Not everyone has a line of sight due to the angle that they're coming in on. Axios, you can patch him up. And they're fleeing. So the anti-sapper design worked honestly perfectly. These guys are army of scavengers, so they are capturable and releasable to try to gain neutrality with them. Which is exactly what I intend to do. Alright. That went pretty well for a Sapper raid, I think. Didn't go wrong. Still not sorry. Now, I'm not really looking to bring on any new people. So my efforts to capture them are strictly for release purposes. Not for recruit purposes. Unless they're amazing, but I somehow doubt that that is the case. Trev, you are unwaveringly loyal, so it's moot. Masochist, slothful, trigger happy, nope. Sickly, misogynist, unwavering loyal, nope. And careful shit, nope. 3 are unwaveringly loyal, and the one that isn't is a slothful, masochist, trigger happy, who doesn't shoot well. So, yeah, pretty low on the invite tier list, if you will. Oh my god, they dropped so much neutramium. Making sure that they're not bleeding out faster than I can patch them. Bads and go for Charlie. Oh, nope. Stop. Go for Chris. Chris is just about dead. Nuclear fuel handlers? Yikes. We don't treat our prisoners that way. Yet. Will you survive? I don't know, actually. Outlet unknown. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Frostwardens, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow pilgrims and stalwarts.